Welcome everybody, and today we're taking a look at a Hammer release, and it is 1961's The Snake Woman. So this is directed by Sidney J. Furie, whose other films I've enjoyed from him before would be the likes of The Entity, The Ipcris File, and The Lawyer. So this is a horror film that clocks in at 68 minutes long. Not seen a great deal from any of the cast before. It's got the likes of Susan Travers in it, who was in a small role in The Abominable Dr. Phoebes, alongside Vincent Price, as well as Elsie Wagstaff, who was in Frankenstein and The Monster from Hell. So, a doctor in 1890 England, in order to cure his wife's sick mind, injects her with snake venom. She later gives birth to a daughter whom the villagers call the Devil's Baby, and in a fit of fear, they end up burning the family's house down. Years later, a Scotland Yard detective is sent to the village to investigate a rash of deaths that are caused by snakebite. So overall, this is a decent enough low-budget horror film that is kept engaging thanks to the good cast, reasonably well-executed plot, and the unique enough setting, as I do believe it's set in Cornwall, which is yeah, not exactly the most film-centric kind of area, I believe. It is also well shot. The pacing is on point. It doesn't outstay its welcome, given it's only 68 minutes long. There is some effective atmosphere, and the minimal budget is used effectively enough. So, yeah, this was not only released in the cinemas alongside another film by Sidney J. Furie called Dr. Blood's Coffin, but yeah, Hammer also released that in the same kind of format as this. Unfortunately, I did not enjoy that enough to purchase that one, but I certainly enjoyed this enough, and yeah, gets a 3 out of 5. So I really like the new slip cover that we got going on here. Not sure if it's new artwork or the like, but yeah, still nice enough artwork. And yeah, the film has had a restoration to it as well. So it says in the inside here with the disc with about the film on the reverse as well. So yeah, nice amount of detail there to it. So the film was held by ProTech Vaults in Burbank for MGM. The 35mm original negative for The Snake Woman was scanned at 4K resolution, 10-bit, and restored at 2K resolution using Phoenix and PF Clean software. In addition to the usual dirt and defects, the main issue with the image was density fluctuations, causing flicker throughout. By careful processing, these faults were minimized, allowing for a more even picture. Grading was then carried out on the Resolve system. And two versions are presented in this release. You got the UK version with an aspect ratio of 166:1, and the US version with an aspect ratio of 185:1. And the original mono mix soundtrack was fully restored, and the trailer was recreated in high definition. So, yeah, all looks pretty good, to be honest. Saw this originally on streaming, and yeah, the streaming version didn't look that good at all, to be honest. So yeah, nice to have it looking much better in this physical format. And in terms of extras, you've also got a 2026 commentary with Heidi Honeycutt and Sarah Morgan, theatrical trailers, and an image gallery as well. So yeah, and it is in black and white if you didn't know that's already. So yeah, overall a solid film. Certainly my favourite of the two that Sidney J. Furie did back to back and were released side by side. But I can understand why people like Dr. Blood's Coffin. It certainly seems to be one of the first efforts to have, a kind of a zombie in it, in a more, you know, in a manner in that we is more recognizable nowadays, as opposed to the old like 1930s and 40s kind of zombie, where they were basically just under the influence of voodoo and such. Whereas it's not the case with that film. But unfortunately, it only gets really good in the last 5-10 minutes, whereas and the rest of the film just isn't engaging enough. Whereas that is not the case with this one. So yeah, highly recommend getting The Snake Woman if you haven't already. But if you have seen it, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.